Hi, my name is Angie Lamar.
Hi, I'm True Prosper.
And we're mother and daughter. We decided to come together to do a podcast so that we could share our journey, talk, have discussions, things that we discuss at home by ourselves, very open sometimes. But it's good that we can be open. It's good that we can share and feel that we can relax and just have that conversation that we don't get all the time. We're going to talk about quite a few things and just relax and just join in, comment, have your say too.
Yes. And if there's anything that you want to see us discuss, put it down in the comment section.
That's right, so that we can bring it up. Because, you know, I think, I talk from my experience first, that I have a great relationship with my mother, and I think I have a great relationship with my daughter too. And I think my relationship with my mother came about because she was very honest with me, very caring, very straightforward, and just always guided me. So I wanted to do the same thing my mother did with me. Very open, no judgment. I don't want to be judgmental with my daughter. I want her to feel that she can come to me and discuss anything. And I could do that with my mum. Maybe not anything, but quite a few things.
I feel that you completely achieved that because I feel I can talk so freely. There's no judgment. Honestly, it's kind of scary how little judgment there is because the things I come out and say, it's just so outlandish. And it's like, oh, those are the things that you discuss with your mum. So... oh, yeah.
Where do you think that started from? I mean, how did that start? That open conversation?
I feel like that's been a constant thing in our family in general because, like for our birthdays, for example, and Christmas and any kind of holiday or significant days, we would all gather around and tell each other how much we love each other and what we like about where we are in our lives and how much we're progressing and things that, qualities of each other that we love the most. And I feel like it's never been hard to talk amongst each other. And I feel like I can talk to everybody about anything. And sometimes it's kind of weird because I'm like, this kind of stuff just is kind of taboo, but we're just dealing with it. And
I think that's really because when I got pregnant with Travis, I got pregnant young, and my mum was in the church, still in the church, but my mum had a lot of judgment on her, like, what are you going to do with your daughter? Are you going to chuck her out because she's pregnant? And in the church at that time, they would chuck people out and say, you know, get out of our house, you Jezebel, you've shamed the family. And when I got pregnant, I didn't tell my mum till I was 5 months pregnant because I felt embarrassed, I felt shamed, I felt like I'd let her down, I let the church down, I just let myself down. And I was very disappointed about that. And I remember when I told my mum, she was upset, said a few hundabashundas and halaba hubba hubba and did her thing, you can imagine grandma. And I then after that, the next day she was at mother care, buying baby clothes, like you're pregnant and it's a disgrace and it's wrong and it's all those things, but I've got to start looking after my grandchild. And that love that my mum showed me made me feel like no judgment. Even though I'd done that thing, she wasn't going to let me, she wasn't going to throw me out, and she was going to look after me. And I think I remember saying to you, if you ever get pregnant, no problem.
Yeah, I remember that vividly.
Yeah.
I'm not throwing you out if you get pregnant, so... not like you're telling me to go out there, but it was always like a comforting thought to know that there's not much I could do to warrant being kicked out. So, and it's not like I wasn't a bad child. I didn't really misbehave much, but it was nice to know that there is the love is completely unconditional. Yeah, and it feels like that. You know what you describing grandma going to mother care the next day? You know, that kind of reminds me of like when I come into your room at like 8 o'clock in the morning at school, and I'd be like, "Mom, I forgot to get food for food technology." You'd be like, "Oh, come on then, let's go."
Because honestly, you've got the whole week for me to get flour, sugar, whatever. Come into my room at 8 o'clock in the morning and go, "Mum, I need flour and sugar."
Oh my
and
God.
Like, 90 on to Tesco.
Listen, I'm going to put it out there right now. If that's my kid, I'm going back, bro, go back to sleep. I ain't getting it.
No, I want them biscuits that you brought home.
Yeah.
But I think that's the thing. You're constantly supporting and you're constantly pushing. And I know that there are relationships, there are mother and daughter relationships that are strained. And always blows my mind when people say, I don't have a good relationship with my mum. Because I think, wow, then who do you have that relationship if you don't have a good relationship with your mum?
Yeah.
If you couldn't come to me, where would you go?
Yeah. I've had this theory that, this is a theory for me personally, because I feel like I don't have that many girl friends. And I feel like it's because you are like my main girlfriend. And it's like, you provide so much as a friend in general, than a mother. It's like, I don't actually need more friends. I mean, I do, but like, I don't need more girlfriends. And I feel like people who don't have strong relationships with their mothers, I could be wrong, generally seek those relationships in friends. So they'll be surrounded a lot by a lot of women. Yeah. But it's like,
makes sense. It makes sense because you form your own tribe, you know. And even women who have good relationships with their mother still need a tribe.
It's true.
You still need your friends that, you know, your go-to friends, the one that supports you on this, the one that will challenge you on this, the one that will say, listen, that guy ain't good for you. The one that will come and fight the guy with you. The one that will... Many of those relationships, friendships growing up. But those are the friendships that you need, that you go, I know what I get from you, I know what I get from you. And I suppose that's what sisterhood is. Yes. It's kind of like a great substitute if you don't have a mother. Yeah. A great relationship with your mom.
Definitely. And on the contrary to what I just said, I feel like because a relationship with your mom is so great, you feel like, you know what, I want this again. I want more of this in more girlfriends. So yeah.
And you know, the thing is as well, and we talk about mother-daughter relationships and how important they are, and how healing they could be as well. Because when we talk about life pressures and life, you know, we are supposed to kind of say to you, this is how you navigate through life. This is what you do. This is how you wash. This is how you cook. This is how you clean. I'm handing my skills on, because my mum, when she used to call me, and not my brothers, she used to be like, Angela, come downstairs in the kitchen. I want to teach you how to wash, cook and clean. This is how you season meat. This is how you do this. This is how you do that. And we had to do it. Yeah. Couldn't say, oh, I'm not in the mood. Anyway, I'm going to get like Uber and get what's the food that you get, like Deliveroo or stuff like that. No, you're going to learn how to cook. Yeah. With you, your generation is different.
Yeah, completely. I feel like our generation, there's a lot more choice, and we're more vocal in our grievances. I remember saying like, I can't be bothered. I don't want to do this right now. Can we do this another time? And you know, I did learn to cook, but it was more so on my own volition. Like, I'd be like inquisitive later on down the line, like, how do you do that? How'd you make it taste that good?
Yeah. And I used to say, well, when I was calling you to teach you, you didn't want to know how to make it taste that good. And then when you start to cook for your friends and you have friends around and you want to cook and you're doing all that stuff, now you want to know how to make that seasoning hand thing. Which, so it comes to you, but at the time when I was calling you to do it, it's so annoying that you have got such choice. Because I've never known a child that can say no.
Sometimes I do think like, what's going to happen when I say no?
You know,
because I just do. I just say no.
Because I say, look, you know, True, can you do this? And you go, no, not right now. And I have to respect that boundary and respect that time, because you are doing something or you're doing that. And for the first couple of times, it used to baffle me as you got older. Like, how dare you say no? Yeah. If I say jump, you say how high? I'm your mother. So getting to understand that we are building relationships differently. We are talking. We are respecting.
Definitely.
Was new.
Yeah, completely. And I remember not introducing, but trying to introduce, like knocking on my door. My gosh, I have a huge problem with people barging into my room. It starts with my brother. And so my parents would just like come in. And after a while, I would be like, this is crazy. You just walk in. How can you just walk in? I knock on your door. And I remember just being like, oh, could you knock on my door when you come in? And you honestly, I'm not gonna lie, you received it very well. And from then on, I've never had an issue since.
Because I understood it. Because if you're getting changed or you're in a private moment with yourself, whatever you're doing, it's your space. And somebody just opens the door. Because it's very it's a child relationship when you kind of go, what are you up to? Behave yourself. It's always to interrupt and calm down or just discipline. But when you get older, what's my calming down? You know, I don't have to go, hey, are you sleeping? Get on up. So for me, it was easy to go, why not? No.
Yeah.
Come in. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's a respect. That's where we start to go, boundaries are kicking in. So the relationship kind of thing has changed. That I suppose you know what you're looking for now? Is that generation now saying, let's take this thing serious?
This generation?
Yeah.
I feel like the issue here is that there's so much choice.
And everybody's life is different. And what you bring to the table is different. And so the judgment and the social media is putting people up to say, if your life isn't like this, then you haven't got a life.
Soft girl life, have you heard of that?
No.
The soft girl life is like, oh, I just want to look cute and look pretty and have kids maybe and have a husband. The people who are tired want to just be like, let's completely scrap that and let's be traditional women